Hello and welcome to No Marks on the Floor, your favorite film podcast. I checked the data, it said it was your favorite podcast. Trust me. My name is Toni, I'm joined of course by the one, the only, the myth, the man, the legend, Ville.
Hello everyone.
How are you doing, Ville?
I gotta say, I have felt a little gloomy because of the weather.
It's the classic Danish winter switch of mood.
Absolutely. Do you know where I learned that word gloomy?
Where?
I didn't know that word before.
Did you just learn it?
Just a while back. Well, actually, I've heard it before, but it has not been in my vocabulary. How do you say that?
Vocabulary?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
Until now. After I watched, for the 10th or 100th time, I watched Love Actually.
Have
you seen it?
I've seen it, yeah.
Okay. Have you actually spoke about it during the
We've
podcast?
mentioned it once, I think. We didn't really get into it because my main takeaway from this movie, which I've kind of forgotten at this point, but I remember how I felt.
How did you feel?
At the end of it, I felt like it was fucked up.
Oh, really?
I
Why is that?
I need to rewatch it to make sure I get my facts straight. But if I remember correctly, there was a little bit of cheating going on. Is
Yes,
that true?
there is cheating going on.
And then do they get back together at the end?
Yes. Or they are actually never split up.
Oh, they never split up
No.
anyways.
At least they didn't show that they split up.
Okay, I think something didn't sit right with me with that one.
Okay, that's actually interesting because the reason why okay, first of all, I really love that film. We just watch it. I watch it every Christmas and I try to hold on to it and save it as close as possible to the actual Christmas,
Okay.
24th. This time I got to, 17th of November or something. I love that film. And every time we start to watch the film with my girlfriend, I always say the same thing, that this is a great film and it's great writing as well, in my opinion, because it's one of those examples. We have spoken about this before, that how in great film they take you in a place where you think that how the hell they gonna make us like that character again. They put the character to do something so, I don't know, maybe bad. Maybe
Yeah.
bad is not the right word, but you know what I mean. And then they bring it back. It's funny because you didn't think that they brought the cheater back, for example, in this case. And I was like, yeah. Oh, like there was many characters. Like there is this storyline where there is the two best friends,
Oh yeah.
and the other one of them gets married, and then the best friend of that person who got married is in love with the woman he married.
Okay, it's a complicated web of
Yeah.
emotions.
And it's like, how the hell you make that work? But they did it.
They did it.
And at the end of the film, you're like, God damn, this world is a great place. And with films like this, it's even greater.
I agree. You know
I
what?
am
I do also agree. It is a nice film.
By the way, did you
Heaven
just
and
switch teams now? Do you like the films at all?
I just want to be popular. I just want to fit in.
Right.
No, the thing is that I need to rewatch it to really make sure I have my facts right. But I just remember something didn't sit right with me at the end.
Fair enough.
But I do remember it was a nice film, regardless of that. It was nice. Yeah, it's definitely one of those movies that make you feel optimistic and cheery. And hey, life is not so bad anyways.
Yeah, and that's if Christmas is not for that, then what is it for?
Ah, man, should we do it? I was thinking that we absolutely are going to have a Christmas special.
You know what? That was
Yeah?
because you asked me before we started record if I'm blank, because you felt like
Yeah.
you're blank, and I said I'm not blank, and I had in mind that let's talk about Christmas films.
Is that our Christmas special?
I'm
the
down for
Christmas
that at
movies?
least.
I was thinking, when are we gonna do it? Maybe closer to Christmas, but let's be real. People start watching Christmas movies way before Christmas.
Oh yeah, I started to 17th of November.
Okay, now this episode will be juicy. So much to talk about Christmas movies.
Yeah, do you have a favorite Christmas film?
I do.
What's that?
This is a very quick answer for me. You know what's funny? Okay, not funny. That's I think it's funny. I have a Christmas tradition.
That is funny.
It's very
Ladies
funny.
and gentlemen.
I'll tell you my only Christmas tradition. Every year, I tweet the same thing on Christmas.
Oh yeah,
And I think I've done this for 3 years in a row, and I'm gonna do it this year again.
I like where this is going.
My Christmas tweet every single year is that Klaus is the best Christmas movie ever made. Klaus, have you seen it? It's the Netflix film, animated.
No.
Klaus with K.
No, I have not.
You have not seen it?
No. Is it old?
It's pretty new. Ville, I think my head is gonna explode. Where do I even start? Oh my god, I'm shaking. Seriously, I adored everything about this movie. Ville, you have to see it.
Okay.
You have to see it. Let's stop recording so you watch it. It's brilliant movie in every single sense of the word. It's fantastic movie. It's Christmas movie, but it's not your cliche Christmas story. The ending is a chef's kiss. It's a fantastic ending. So well written, so well animated. Oh, I love everything about it. You have to see it. Okay. Promise me.
I will watch it. Absolutely.
Please. You have to see it.
I think I've seen it in Netflix when I've been browsing all those Christmas films.
Yeah.
I have not watched it. I will fix that.
I'm so jealous of you. Seeing this movie for the first time is amazing. Seriously, but not only see it, but you have to save it for a prime watching time.
Okay.
You know, it has to be the coziest night when you have time, when you really want to see a good film. Has to be that one. I promise you, you will love every single second. It's fantastic.
Sold.
I'm hyperventilating. See it.
Okay, sold. I'm gonna watch it, definitely.
Okay, and I'm gonna continue with my Christmas list.
Yes.
But I wanna ping pong this a little bit. So I wanna hear you. Would you be able at all to isolate one movie as your ultimate Christmas film?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
Drum roll, please.
Love Actually.
And I just shut.
Surprise. No, yeah, that is.
Okay, well, we've mentioned it briefly, but I want you just to reiterate a little bit. What exactly makes this the ultimate Christmas movie? I mean, you know, we have Home Alone, we have It's a Wonderful Life, we have all those classics.
Right.
But what is the secret sauce of Love Actually for you?
I think you could make a video essay about this and start to, you know, talk about what I mentioned already about the, you know, writing and how they put those characters in these, you know, the storylines and everything. But honestly, it's just about the feeling. It's just about how the film makes me feel.
Yeah.
I'm just squirming on the bed or couch when I'm watching it. I'm like, this is so good film. Like, this is so good.
Makes
film.
it giggly.
yeah. It doesn't take itself too serious, and I love the British humor. It's kind of like, it's mean, but it's mean, but in a nice way. It's very sincere. Yeah, I just love it. I just love the way it makes me feel.
Yeah. You know what I find interesting is that it is not about Santa Claus, right?
Yeah, no, that's true.
And it's interesting what you described, that it's about the feeling.
Yeah.
And that feeling is very much the Christmas feeling,
right?
Which is not necessarily about Santa Claus and the
or Jesus
North
or
Pole
whatnot.
and all that. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
It's about this fuzzy Christmassy feeling.
At the beginning and the ending of the film, when it's in the airport, and you know the gloomy word comes from the monologue that Hugh Grant, how the character Hugh Grant plays, the Prime Minister says that whenever I feel gloomy, blah blah blah, and then there is these like pictures or like videos. It looks very like documentary, like of shots of people hugging and
yes, I remember that.
Seeing each other in the airport, and it always puts me on the edge of crying. It gets me. I get very emotional. I don't know. Fuck it. It's just so.
I'm gonna rewatch it. Yeah. I need to really soak it in and appreciate it.
Right, but you also need to be in the right state of mind with this one, just like you say with Klaus.
But also, I feel like it will put you in the better state of mind, even if you're not in the right state of mind, right?
Yeah, that could be. That could very well be.
Do you rewatch it every single year?
Yeah, I do. Also, Holiday. Do you know that one with
that
Jack
I don't.
Black?
Holiday.
Holiday. Yeah, it must be Holiday. It's the one where they swap apartments. I just cannot remember anyone's name except Jack Black. Jude Law, Jack Black, Cameron Diaz. I think it's the beginning of 2000. The only bad film with that one that it really doesn't put you in the in the same mood, because half of the film they are in California.
Not the most Christmassy.
No, right? There's no snow or anything. It just looks like too warm.
Okay.
For people like us who are from cold and dark countries.
Okay, so we have Klaus and we have Love Actually as our god tier Christmas movies.
Right.
Now let's get into a little bit of our yearly rewatch movies.
Christmas.
I assume,
Yeah, all right.
I assume that You watch Home Alone?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. First one.
I'm happy.
And
Yeah, that's
second
the first one.
And
First
second
and second.
Yeah.
I'm happy you said that. Actually, I was a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah.
nervous. Imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean Home Alone. Come on, it's a fucking classic. You cannot
It's a
have a
classic, yeah.
Christmas without watching Home Alone.
Yeah.
Do you like the first or the second one better?
I think I like the second one better, but that's only because I was quite old when I saw the first one.
How old?
I don't remember, but like maybe like in the after teenage years.
After teenage. Okay.
Right, but as a kid, we only had the second one as a VHS.
Ooh,
And
extra cozy.
Extra cozy. So we kept watching the second one, and I thought that that's the only film there is. I didn't know that it's a franchise at the time, and I think that's why the second one is my favorite.
Yeah.
What about you?
I really like the setting of the second one because for some reason I really associate New York as Christmas.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Same. That's my dream to go in New York during the
At Christmas.
Oh, fucking funny because I feel the exact way that I associate New York. Yeah.
It's just something about, I always have this picture in my mind about a businessman wearing this big winter dark coat, you know, and then there's snow around and the Christmas shops, the toy shops, and the street musician dressed as Santa and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's for some reason it's just New York is the essence of Christmas.
Hey, came to my mind another great Christmas film that actually I hadn't think about. Family Man, have you seen it?
No.
Nicolas Cage film.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
classic story where he's this, New York rich businessman with the suit,
Okay.
and then he goes to buy milk from this, kiosk, little store, and then the Christmas miracle happens, and there is this person who will make Nicolas Cage to be a family man. So he goes to sleep as a rich New York businessman, and then he wakes up with a girl he used to date when he was, I think, in college.
Okay,
And
so
now he gets to live the life that he would have had if he would have stayed together with the woman.
that is a fun concept.
And now they have children and everything. And obviously he's first like, fuck these kids. I want to go back to my, Ferrari and Porsche and, have sex with 1,000 random women.
And it has that classic Christmas cozy
So
feel.
much. I'm going to watch that again as well.
Okay, so we're making the list so far. Just to recap, we have Klaus, we have Love Actually, we have Home Alone 1 and 2, we have Family Man,
Family Man, yeah. And then I would say Holiday as well. I think
and then
it's called
Holiday. And then I was gonna say Elf.
Elf, yeah. What about that?
I think that's also a pretty good Christmas
Never
film.
seen it. That's the with
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yeah.
I think you're gonna enjoy it. I think you will because also the humor in it, I think, will resonate with you.
All right. Yeah.
And
Will Ferrell is funny.
yeah, it is. It has
Super fun.
definitely the Christmas New York feeling that we're looking for.
Okay.
But also it is a smart movie, I think, in some ways. I remember watching this. I don't know if this will sound bad or good, but I remember watching it, and halfway through it I was like, wow, I'm impressed with how funny this is. I expected it to be your regular Christmas film,
Right.
maybe a little bit funny, maybe a little bit cozy, but it was way better than I thought it would be. So recommended.
Okay.
Definitely Elf.
Right. I'm gonna watch that, and I'm gonna watch Klaus.
But start with Klaus.
Ooh,
I'm hyperventilating again.
I was starting with Klaus.
So we have, yes. What else? What else do we have on our Christmas? Gremlins.
Yeah, the first one.
I must admit I haven't seen it.
That's okay.
That's okay?
Yeah, I just came in and showed Tony a new wallet that I have bought. I bought this Gremlins.
I know that
Wallets.
you're a big fan of
I
this
like
movie.
Gremlins. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you not also have a poster of it?
I don't have a poster, but I do
Okay.
have those little like toe figures.
figures,
yeah,
yes.
with the
And-
stripe, the character from that.
And I can confirm your wallet also is a Gremlins wallet.
Yeah. It seems like I like it a lot. I don't know if I'm as big fan as it, I come out to be, the toy figures and everything. But it's a great film.
Is it a
no.
Christmas film?
The first one is based in, it's during the Christmas. Yeah.
By the way, was it from the 80s, this movie?
The first one is, I would say 80s. Yeah.
80s. Okay. I really need to watch it. I really do. I've been meaning to.
Yeah, it's a
Since
classic.
you've been mentioning it a lot, and I need to see a movie that you really like.
It's a good
Okay.
one. Yeah.
And
What about you?
I was gonna say It's Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about this movie, have you seen it? It's
No.
actually an old movie from probably in the 1940s.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. What's interesting about this movie, it's a Christmas film. It's a fantastic film. but the story of how it became a classic, I would say it's even more interesting than the film itself. So here's the gist.
Yeah.
Currently, It's a Wonderful Life is considered for a lot of people, maybe mainly in America, but also for a lot of people around the world, as the go-to Christmas classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very, very feel-good film. It's very well written. It's very well made, very well directed. It's just all around a fantastic film.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When it came out, it flopped.
Okay.
It lost money in the box office. And it was considered a failure by the studio, and it received pretty mixed reviews. So that was it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make any headlines. People sort of overlooked it.
Okay.
So about 30 years later, the copyright of it expires, and the studio basically either makes a mistake or don't care to renew the copyright, so the movie enters the public domain. And at the same time, a lot of TV stations find out that this movie is at the public domain, so they can actually broadcast it for free. So they do. And then a lot of TV stations start just blasting this movie all the time at Christmas, and suddenly a lot of people start seeing it, and then it's like, oh, this movie is really good. So they keep showing it, people keep liking it, and it keeps going, and suddenly this movie turns into a fucking sensation that everyone loves, and it's everyone's go-to Christmas movie decades later after the movie was made. And that's really sweet, because also the story of the movie itself is a little bit in that direction too. So it's a very good movie to watch for Christmas. I would also recommend and put that one on our list.
Okay, that and Klaus. I'm gonna watch both of those.
Start with Klaus. So we have that one too. Yeah. You know, there's a movie that I remember loving as a kid, a Christmas film.
Yeah.
It's called The Santa Claus, which is a pun. It's Santa Claus, but also a Claus from a contract. You know.
Oh, right, okay.
I know. Gotcha. Hilarious. But it's called The Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
It is about a guy who kills, quote unquote, Santa Claus, and he has to become Santa Claus because that is the rules.
Right.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. I remember watching that movie as a kid and loving it.
Okay, what about now?
I saw it again and I wasn't as loving it. But the main thing I remember is that the kid in the movie, he was so fucking unreasonable and annoying that I just got angry the whole time. Really? But as a kid, I was rooting for the kid. You know, I was like, you go. No, it completely changed my perspective now.
Oh, that's funny. Sometimes those characters as well come out as an asshole. Yeah. Very much so.
Depending on when you see it too. If you're at different stages in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I need to recap. So far, our list is Klaus, Love Actually, Home Alone 1 and 2, Family Man, Holiday / Jack Black Christmas film.
Mm-hmm. Have you started to watch Christmas films yet?
Did I? No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
I'm yet to pop my Christmas cherry.
Right.
And I'm gonna start with Love Actually. Okay. I wanna really dive deep into this film. I wanna start with that one.
Okay.
And then of course Klaus with K. Klaus with K. Everyone. Klaus with K. It's like I'm being paid by Netflix to show this movie. I'm just mentioning it in every podcast. We're talking about World War films, and I'm like, oh, by the way, Klaus. But it's a fantastic film. I cannot stop talking about it. It's so good. Everything about it. You're gonna love it. Okay. Seriously, call me when you see it.
All right. Well, I will let you know. All right, let's hope that I like it.
Imagine if you don't.
Yeah, that's a big
if you don't like it, would you tell me?
Yeah,
or
I would.
You promise.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a great conversation then.
Yeah, we need to have this gentleman agreement that we're not gonna hype a movie that we don't like just because the other person likes it. Yeah. We have to have this honesty about our relationship.
Yes. Very true. Very true. Do you have a specific setup for Christmas films?
Yes. I have to say, we've probably talked about this, but it's almost impossible for me to watch a movie without eating some kind of a snack. It's part of it. And right now, a little bit of a Danish culture lesson for our listeners. It's a lot of æbleskiver.
Yeah.
It's this Danish pastry balls, I would call sort of pancakey feeling. and you eat them with some strawberry jam, some powdered sugar, whatever you want. Those go hard on Christmas. Those go in, and it goes very well with any Christmas movie out there, and it's the vibe.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know what's funny though?
I am dying to hear.
It's not that funny. When I start to watch film, I hope that you can relate to this. I'm really hoping you're getting excited because you can relate to it so much.
I'm pumped.
If not, then shit happens. Whenever I start to watch a film,
Yeah.
if I don't eat anything, I can feel throughout the whole film having this thought, or this thought that I should eat something. I like this. This feels weird. I should probably go to the grocery store and buy something to eat throughout the film if I don't eat anything. But however, when I watch a film and I eat something like a pizza, it takes me the first 5 minutes of the film. I'm eating that, or popcorn. First 5 minutes and I'm done with the popcorn.
Yeah.
And the rest of the film, I just watch the film because I've eaten everything and I don't have any thoughts of getting anything anymore. It's funny because it's only such a small part of it.
Yeah. And then you can actually focus on the film because, the food is out of the way and now you can actually focus. It is like that. I'm the exact same way.
You feel the same way?
Yeah. I can never space out a snack for an entire movie. It's always in the very beginning.
Yeah. And better to eat so much that you actually feel a little bit bad. And then you're just lying on the couch being like,
if you are not filled with regret afterwards, you've done it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you buy a chocolate, you eat the whole chocolate. You buy a candy bag, you eat the whole fucking candy bag. You don't want to be one of those people.
Mama ain't raised no quitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you also watch something, not necessarily a film, but something when you eat?
I always watch something when I eat.
Man, this is fucked up with our generation. I sound like an old guy, but I've noticed this in my own life. I am terrible with this. It's almost like humanly impossible for me to eat and have a normal conversation with my girlfriend. I'm like, let's just watch something. Put on some YouTube.
Yeah, I'm waiting restaurants to put on like screens.
Imagine.
So I can start the restaurant.
Like in the middle of the table, and it's a two-side screen for each person.
Right.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
But it's also, I don't know, let's flip it. It's productive. You're absorbing extra information at all possible times.
Yeah, I mean, the information that Kremlin's offers you and Love Actually.
Yeah, this video essay about top 15 top 15 fails in cat movies.
Yeah.
Love that one.
That's true. I don't know, man. That's how it is.
We did start early with our Christmas special, and I think we might have to watch a bunch of Christmas films, as we will do anyways, and then we'll have to come for part 2.
Okay.
When we're really getting into the Christmas
That's fair
spirit.
enough. That's fair enough. But this is not going to air until December, is it?
Well, we'll
figure
it out.
Right. What about New Year's? What you up to New Year's? Do you celebrate New Year's?
Yeah. I'm definitely one of those sort of cheesy New Year's guys. I always... I know this is bullshit, but I'm always like, yeah, man, I'm starting fresh, It's 1st of Jan, and I'm fucking pumped. I'm gonna do this and that. I know this is kind of cheesy, but I do this all the time. And every 31st of December, I'll write an email to myself. There's a website that allows you to send an email to yourself that will be delivered in the future.
Oh, really? That's funny.
So every last day of the year, I read the email that I've sent to myself from the previous year, and I write a new one for my future self.
Look at that. That's very funny. What's the website?
It is called, I think, Email to My Future Self, something like that.
That's cool.
But basically what I do is I write how I'm feeling, what's going on in my life right now, and more importantly, I will write what I want to do, what I achieve, what I want to achieve.
That's the most important thing to always look in the future.
Exactly. And I talk to myself like, you better have done this by the time you read this email.
Hey, fucking heck, can we talk about that once you receive your...
We should we? I mean,
100%. I'm very interested to know what the 2021 Tony said.
Imagine if it says, you better have started a podcast. Imagine, because the best thing is that I don't at all. I don't remember a single thing I've written, because normally I write it after New Year's. when it's been already New Year's celebration and people are sort of going to sleep, maybe you've stayed up, it's kind of settling in this feeling of now it's the new year and all that. And then I write it. I always, sit on my own, on my laptop. Maybe my girlfriend is sleeping or, well, I don't go to parties, so it's definitely not the party's over. But when it's really the vibe to kind of sit down and reminisce. I had a stroke. Sorry, this was weird.
Yeah.
Think about things.
Yeah. Look back.
And then I look back, think about the future, think about, put things into perspective. It's really nice to just get it out, write it to yourself. And then it is so satisfying to receive this email because you don't remember a single thing. And then you're like, oh my God, I did achieve that I wanted to do. Or like, oh shit, I remember wanting that. Or, I totally failed that one. Or, oh, I remember. It's like, the more you talk to yourself, the nicer it gets. It's actually a very, very fun thing to do. You should try it this year.
I'm definitely going to do that. I very much like that kind of like the time capsule thing.
Exactly. Yeah, time capsule.
I love it. I need to find the website.
I'll
and
send
I'm
it
going
to
to
you.
do that.
Yeah.
Please do that.
Yeah, it could be your New Year's tradition.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
it's a great time to put things into perspective, because you objectively measure a time period of your life. It's been 1 year.
Yeah.
That's why I honestly I prefer New Year's to Christmas.
Yeah.
Holiday wise,
Yeah.
because it really I'm a sucker for this new beginning.
Yeah,
and
no, I love it.
about
Yeah,
things.
reminiscing. Yeah, me too. Fucking A, I really love that.
Yeah.
I'm actually very excited about that whole, email thing.
Oh my
I
God.
have just a little headache. That's why I don't come out as excited. But actually, I am very excited about that. Sounds very awesome. I'm
Okay.
looking forward to hear what have you written for your.
Me too.
How long have you been doing that?
Definitely a few years now. I think
Yeah.
about 5 years or more. Yeah.
But when you say it's like mostly just like a letter, like, or you're focusing a lot. If I got it right, you're focusing a lot to kind of like setting up goals for yourself.
In a way, but not necessarily only, I want to have this many subscribers on YouTube or money or anything like that, but it's more like bigger picture stuff. I really want to maybe say I want to learn more about this and I want to create a habit that helps me with that, or more like wider, bigger picture stuff.
It's a very healthy approach.
Yeah, but
Very
then
healthy,
also
man.
talking a lot about the past year or currently. It's like, hey, right now I'm really thinking about this and I wish to achieve that. Recently I've been thinking about that and I wonder, and kind of like really talking to yourself, and
Right.
you kind of go in because it's only you and you, right?
But is it though? Where are those emails laying for the whole year?
It's basically, I think the way it works is that you send the email to their server, which is encrypted and everything if anyone is worried, and then they basically resend it to you on the date that you schedule. And then you can also schedule it for any point in the future. You can schedule for 20 years in the future if you want.
Okay.
But it's just really fun to do it on New Year's.
Right.
And then once I receive my email from last year, it just really fucking hypes me up too. I'm like, and also you realize how much you have changed as a person in 1 year. Because sometimes you do. I remember measuring to myself and thinking, man, I remember wanting this thing that later on I realized I don't want, and things like that. It's really fucking interesting.
That sounds interesting.
You can also do that physically. You can write a letter to yourself, seal it, and hide it away for a year.
Right.
If you don't trust yourself or others, then you can also just send a digital email to yourself. But in any case, it's really fun. It is very, very cool to think and look back at things like that and think about the future. So big recommendation. And now everyone has a month notice on it.
Yeah, that's true. One more question. Whenever you receive the email from yourself, do you more often get excited or happy after reading it, or have there been any occasion when you're like, god damn.
I love my dog. I really want to spend years with it.
Yeah.
Damn, my dog died 2 weeks later. It is a very, very, very wholesome feeling. It makes you feel kind of emotional and very sweet, very hopeful and optimistic. Maybe sometimes sad about something. It is a very mixed bag of feelings,
Okay.
but in a good way.
Sounds very personal letter.
It is, you know.
Okay.
That's why I think it's so cool. It's I would recommend everyone do that.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
but
I'm
it definitely makes you excited about
Yeah.
the future, and when you really take a step back to think about the bigger picture, then it gets very exciting. And we don't do that enough in our everyday
No,
life.
we don't do it at all. I 100% understand if you don't want to read it for me, but if there is some, bits and pats that you can read for me, I would be very.
I will.
excited to hear.
I'll be sharing for sure.
Great.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a New Year's special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.